Hey everybody, it's JT, the Soccer Scholar, talking about GMC Matchday 3 for the boys side. So this is the boys video. If you want to check out the girls, make sure you check out that video as well. But let's get to what happened on Matchday 2. Some good results across the board. Mason getting a big win at home against Fairfield. Those two teams are at the top of the table at the moment. Look at this. Coleraine on the road against Sycamore, picking up a 1-0 victory. So the Cardinals with a big result there. Hamilton Big Blue hosting Oak Hills. The Highlanders get the better of the Big Blue, winning 2-0. And then Middletown and Princeton with a big 1-1 draw to round out your match day 2. Lakota West, Lakota East, they're both there, but they did not play each other. That is going to be coming up down the road here. So keep that in mind. That's going to be a big, massive rivalry matchup that actually could have some serious GMC implications down the road. But let's get to your boys standings for the moment. Right now, Mason atop all alone. They got 6 points in the GMC after their 2 wins. Also undefeated, obviously, in the conference, but 4-0-2 mark on the season so far. Princeton, 4 points after the draw against Middletown. So the Vikings up there in the second spot. Lakota East, Fairfield, Coleraine, and Oak Hills, all with 3 points. Mind you, Lakota East not playing in match day 2. They just have the 3 points from the one and only GMC game they've played, so keep an eye on the Thunderhawks. And then Lakota West, Sycamore, Middletown, all with 1 point apiece. A reminder, too, with Lakota West, they only have the one draw against Sycamore. That's the only conference game that they played so far. Hamilton still looking for a point here in the GMC. So, want to mention our predictions here. I want to tell you, from week 1, I went 4-1 on the boys' side, 7-3 overall if you combine the boys and the girls. And then last week, went 3-1 on the boys' side, and then 7-2 overall. So I'm at a total of 14 that have correctly picked and 5 that I haven't correctly picked. And a reminder, I pick visitor is for a win or draw, home side is the win. So let's get to our picks this week. Okay, Fairfield hosting Princeton. You know, the Indians were undefeated. They got that tough loss 2-0 to Mason. And then I don't even really know exactly what happened, but Milford, who is really good. Milford's really good, so keep that in mind. But the Eagles they just put up tons and tons and tons of goals against the Indians. So can the Indians bounce back against Princeton? Well, you know, it's a tough call because Princeton's actually done pretty well. They got a 1-1 draw on the road against Middletown. They also got that victory against Coleraine early on the season. So where are the Vikings at? You know, it's hard to tell. I think that the Indians are going to bounce back in a big way. I think that they will get a very, very low-scoring affair, maybe like a 1-0 victory, maybe a 2-1 victory. I'm going to take the Indians to get the 3 points here. I know it's a big call, but that's what I'm going with. Coleraine versus Middletown. Look, Middletown is a very solid squad. They picked up the point against Princeton to open up the season. You know, you had a tough out against Mason. Coleraine, I'm still trying to kind of figure out what's going on with the Cardinals. The Cardinals, I picked them to beat Princeton, and in the end, Princeton beat them. And then Coleraine does, just nonchalantly goes over to Sycamore Township and gets a 1-0 victory on the road against the Aves. So I'm still trying to figure out where Coleraine's going to be up to. And you know what? I'm just going to go with the Cardinals to keep figuring out what's going on. And I'm going to take actually the Cardinals to pick up 3 points at home. All right, Lakota West and Hamilton. This matchup, I was just seeing on Twitter. I don't actually think it's going to be played. I think it's actually been postponed to a later date. But we'll repick it when it comes to time. But I'll just go ahead and mention here, I was going to take the Firebirds at home to get 3 points in this one. But like I said, I do believe this one is actually postponed. Oak Hills hosting Mason. This was a kind of a wild matchup last year because Oak Hills went to Comet Country and the Comets won like 7-1 or something like that and got a huge victory. But I think that Oak Hills maybe will play them a little tougher, but I think Mason's still going to go down on the road and get all 3 points. All right, the big one tonight. I'm going to be here. It's our Chatterbox broadcast. It's my match of the week, Lakota East versus Sycamore. It's at home. It's going to be a heck of a contest. I actually won't pick it necessarily because it's going to be one that we're doing, but make sure you tune in tonight for it. It's going to be great.